think we're live. I think we're live. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Check 1 9, check 12. Sibilance. All right. So Chris says we're live, yo. I believe him. What's up, Matt? Gary Davlin. Got Jimmy P. Got Ben C. Nelson Rodriguez. James Murphy. Larry John. Rico B. Frehley Head. Coots 13. Steve. Frank. Justin. Wendell. Ben. Seth. Matt says the sound is good and I believe him. That's good. What's up, Tim? Speaker, the OG Ibby, baby. You were there the day I got this. You were in the room. In fact, you were the one that posed the question, famously, are you really buying this right now? We got Retro Puffer. We got Deanna Fisher. What's up, Rico B? We got Clyde. We got Fiesta. Zach. Trolls. Scott. Patrick. Yeah, Tim, it's scalloped. With bastard cut files I bought myself down at Sears. I am not making that up. They're still finding rosewood in that room to this day. What's up, Sassy Cat? Good evening. Good evening, Steve. Did you see sparkly Epiphones that Zounds commissioned? I did see those, actually. I did see those. What's up, Kev? What's up, B-Man? What's up, Tactical Six String? Dan, Wendell, Martian Murray. What's up? We got Michael. We got Pete. Black Jack Guitar. Black Jack Guitar. Black Jack Guitar. And Absolute Mayhem. Gotta do something. Noise Bloom. You like sparkles, Ben? Yeah, it's wicked sparkly. Yeah, did anyone here? Was anyone here for the great earthquake of 2024? You know? The rare East Coast earthquake. You know, West Coast, you guys are like, whatevs. East Coast, it's rare, and it's a different type of earthquake because our rock is denser. So they say the effects are heard farther out. I didn't feel a damn thing, but I might have been driving at the time. I don't know, what was the exact time of the earthquake? Because I was out getting a sticker. Getting an inspection sticker for the new Ford. 10:23 a.m. Yeah, I think I was on the road. Yeah, this was the reason why I'm playing this, Alex. Because I was watching him this morning and I was like, oh, yeah, right. I like my Ibanez guitars. His is a 92. He'll look on the back and he'll see a 91 serial number. He'll go 91. But not with Ibanez. Ibanez, it's whatever the serial is, plus 1. The serial is when it was made, not when it was at retail. It was at retail. It was in the catalog the following year. And you know how I know that? Because if you look at the 1991 catalog, that exact model he has the Frankenvalli, the FGM 100 PS, Pink Salmon, has the regular edge tremolo. And in the 1992 catalog that you would have received at the NAMM show in 1992 and would be for the new year, it had the low pro edge. And his has the low pro edge. Right? If he had a 91, the serial number would have said 90. What's up, Zoots? I'm actually going to be, the Eclipse is actually kind of, they said from my distance to the 100%, I'll be at 93%. That's pretty good. You know, don't have to leave the house, go in the backyard and get 93%. You know? And they're calling for crystal clear blue skies, so... Did the green Vola bump the Epi Custom? The Epi Custom's been gone for a very long time, since the spring of last year, when we gave it as a part of the graduation package to my son for graduating high school, I think. Was that it? It was his birthday? It was something like that. We cleaned it up and bought a hard shell case for it and gave it to him. Because he wanted a guitar, and my wife was like, are we really buying a guitar? No, we're not. Well, I have a guitar. Trust me. So, what was there was the, what was it? It was the ear. So it should be good. Should be good viewing on Monday. They're saying it should be okay. We've had nothing but stormy weather all friggin' week. Like every friggin' day. Scott, you're going to go to Ohio to get it. Probably the only Eclipse you ever see. I was out in one that was pretty strong. It got really... And there was not a cloud in the sky that day. And man, did it... It felt like a big cloud was going over top. But it wasn't. Like, pretty cool. All right, get out there. Driving up to Vermont to watch it. Yeah. Possible traffic jam. Possible. Fretless said, let me tell you about a little event called Woodstock. That's what happens when a shit ton of people go to a small area with no infrastructure, right? And there's one way in. You'll be pooping in the woods. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, as long as you're not mauled by a bear. Exactly. Make sure you have plenty of leaves, or, you know, bring some wipes. You know, leave only footprints, and maybe a wipe or two. Actually, it's known paper towels are one of the fastest things to break down, if not the fastest thing to break down in the dump. They go over things at how quickly it breaks down, and I want to say paper towels or banana peels. Those are I think it's either the fastest or the second fastest. Oh, thank you, Vamps. Cheers, thank you. You know, don't wipe with any poison oak or poison ivy. I think it's too early for that right now. Certainly in Vermont, in Maine. I'm not wiping with banana peels, yeah. So go with the paper towel. Hard when you're making it up on the spot. I just invented that. Much like the what's his name's blues. Kirk Hammett. I just wrote that. I just wrote a tune. Just wrote that. Thank you, copyright. Speaking of copyright, did you see Kiss sold? Did you hear Kiss sold out for real this time? So they sold their entire catalog, which has been all the rage. Springsteen did it. Dylan did it. Because, you know, every single one of those catalogs has an expiration date and when the copyright expires, right? They're up to 1923, right? The end of this year, it'll be 1924. Well, you know, you can figure it out. Eventually, their catalog will be public domain. So there's a limited time in which you can cash out. The difference between, I would say, Bob Dylan and Kiss is Kiss had a lot more IP by way of trademark, right? And it will be very interesting to know what IP they got. So if anyone knows this, please tell me in the feed. What I had heard is that Peter Criss sold, right? They all owned their makeup. They made their own makeup. They owned it. Each individual owned their makeup. Peter Criss, sells his IP for a lump sum to the Kiss Corporation, the Kiss brand. They buy it outright. Ace, probably through a lawyer, says, do you want to take a chance? So if you get a big lump sum now and they go nowhere, you know, you're probably making out. But if you get money based on licensing and you re-up the licensing every so often based on how well they're doing, you'll do better. And you get to retain it. You're just licensing it. You're not selling it. So I had heard that Ace Frehley retained, he licenses the likeness to Kiss to use on tour. So I don't know what IP, do they have the Ace one? Or is Ace would be sitting on a gold mine now because whoever bought it, you want that, you need that final look. you know? Now, they sold the likeness. They sold all that IP. So, they can make their Pop Funko dolls, right? You can't see it in this picture. I have a Pez dispenser back there. No one licensed. I mean, the only other band I can think that really, what are the big bands with huge IP marketing? The Rolling Stones with the Disembodied Tongue. I'd say that was a pretty big, marketing brand and a secondary trademark IP that's pulled in money for the franchise. But is anyone holding a candle to friggin' Kiss? Yeah, I don't think so. Right? What merch didn't they make? Isn't licensed. It's, so that is a huge, because copyrights expire. Trademarks never do, as long as you keep them up and you keep it going. Right? Coca-Cola still has a registered trademark, even though it's a very old company. Because trademarks never expire as long as you keep re-upping them and renewing them. Copyrights do expire, no matter how much you want to renew it. Eventually, they expire completely. You have no more government protection, and it becomes public domain. So, I would just say that for their $300 million, they got a basket of IP that not only included copyrighted material that will expire someday. They also got, including the makeup. I think the makeup, it just, right? That expires at some point. Like the likeness of Mickey Mouse has expired. Right? The original Steamboat Willie. Right? It's expired now. And everyone's making horror movies based on the character. Looks a little scary. Trademarks can get renewed and renewed and renewed and renewed and renewed. And those never die. So I think that they trademarked the faces. Just like Gibson trademarked all the outlines of their body shapes. That's why they go after everybody for them. They own trademarks literally for the body outline. It's a trademark shape. Right? So those never expire, ever. $300 million. It went to a Swedish company. The same people that bought the ABBA catalog. The same people that do the Avatar thing. They're probably putting together an Avatar show. Yeah, right now, it's life of the author plus 95 years. And those guys are still going for copyright. Life of the author plus. But I guarantee, they got trademarks on all those. They must. They must have trademarks on that makeup. And those never expire. And probably have had those trademarks for quite a while. Into the incontestable category at this point. Exactly, it always goes to the Swedes. Was it Ola England? Probably. You guys want to talk Swedish meatballs? Guys, this is... First, did anybody try the Too Good To Go? Did you have any good luck with it? We had mixed results this week. Mostly very good, though. I will call up the evidence. Okay. Right. Yeah, right here. Here we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. So, as you know, we've been doing the Too Good To Go. And last night, unbeknownst to me, my wife actually went and got an IKEA one. And I think as I was mentioning on the show that, we never got the meatballs. right? They probably just sell out. You get like everything from the meatballs, which is like the greatest gift. So she had come back and she went to, she had gone to IKEA, like literally 5 minutes after the show ended, she walks in the door with like a run from IKEA and Panera. And let me just show you the bonanza. Now, granted, this is the night before Easter, and I think they're both closed the next day, so it might be unrealistically like a lot, like what they gave us. And the next time we went, it was less. So it just seems like we just hit it like the night before Easter, and they cleared it out because they're going to put all new stuff in on Monday. Anyway, this is the haul. 2 full Swedish meatball meals with the mashed and the meatballs and the gravy. That's a Caesar salad. That's a Greek salad. That's a shrimp salad sandwich. That's a cake tray. And then this is a mac and cheese filled box, and below it I think is like chicken fingers and mashed potato. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes of food. It was $6. They are freaking awesome. I love it all. Good. And over here, I don't know if you can see what's going on in here, but this was the Panera run. It was 3 brownies, 3 jumbo cookies, 2 muffins, and 2 of the almond bear claws. And that was $5. And it was all pretty frickin' awesome. I'm just saying, $5. Peas are awesome. I love pea. How far are we from IKEA? About 20 minutes. What are those little green balls? Those are vegetables, my man. That's what we would call a vegetable. Those are peas. I know. A lot of guys are like, what is a vegetable? But them's vegetables. And then the other night, we went again. Again, not nearly as much because it just depends on the night. Again, it was $6. And this was what we got. A Greek salad. That's 2 pieces of salmon. I don't know if you can see that, with 2 of the, that's like a cauliflower rice with corn, 2 pieces of salmon, and it's almost like a potato and broccoli, like little cake, you know. They're pretty awesome. A little bit of dessert, and then a pretty loaded meatball vegetable medley and mashed potato with gravy and the lingonberry entree. Again, all of that was $6. Yeah, but in the Boston area, 20 minutes is 1 mile. That's about right. Where I walked there in 9 minutes. What's up, Mark? All right, dude. Good that you stopped by, though. Say hi to your brother for me. since you gave it the smoke. Have you moved on to gummies? I haven't. No, I never liked the edibles. You know, those guys, a lot of them have no idea what they're doing. I never really liked it. Never really dug it. What else? What else happened this week? Oh, the new Audi was already in an accident. That's what happened. Totally not my son's fault. It was my son, my wife, my daughter, and her boyfriend. And they were driving on the highway, and everybody's going real fast. And suddenly there was a major slowdown. And so everybody's jamming on their brakes, and he's fine. No problem. He's in his lane. Everything's going fine. But not so much in the lane next to him, where that guy rear ends at a very high rate of speed. The car next to and right next to him, and then loses control and goes in front of my son's car and just grazes the front a little bit, like a scrape across the front. So it luckily they stopped. They took pictures. These are the cars that were rear-ended. That's the front and the rear end of. Luckily, we weren't that. The woman who with the rear-ended car, they said was pretty hysterical. And let me see if I can find. I might have taken a shot of. Yeah. And that's the damage. See? There was a piece of plastic here, and I go, you must have lost that piece of plastic. He goes, it was on the highway. I was going to go pick it up, but a car ran it over. I said, well, I'm glad you didn't walk out there. He goes, it was really dangerous, like waiting there on the side. So you can see it like popped out here a little bit. There's a scrape here. There's a scrape here. This is scraped. This is scraped. It's just this little bit right here. And that was it. So I would say not too bad. Everybody was fine. But we got to go through the process, you know. It's like he hasn't had the car. Again, it's completely not his fault. So, this is 100% on that other driver, So, just gotta get it fixed. Actually, no, our insurance rates won't go anywhere because it has to be our fault. It's got to be your fault. They're going to get all of this money out of that other insurance company. It's only when it's your fault that your insurance rates go. That guy in that Jeep dude, his rates are going up because he had a multi-car accident. He totaled one car, totaled his own car, and damaged the third car. $800, $1,500. Yeah, I hate to break it to you guys, but I'm thinking around $3,500 to $4,500 on that. Hey, never forget where I live. Let me put it this way. My wife's rear quarter had a little dent. They had to, put new rear quarter in and do the lamp, and that stuff. That was almost $7,000 on that car. $7,000. No, that's gonna be up there. It just, if it exceeded about $6,500, maybe $6,000, they'd start to talk about totaling it, but it's not gonna. It's gonna be way south of that. So we have full insurance to cover it, and then through a process called subrogation, the insurance company that paid us will go and get the money out of the dude who drove that Jeep's car. And there was a full police report and all that. It's, but we don't pay. But we don't pay anything. if that was my son's fault, we would actually have a deductible, right? You've got to contribute something towards it, but there's no deductible when it's not your fault. How old is the car? It's a 2011. In Michigan, with a no-fault, your-fault insurance, you don't have to deal with the other party, but the rates are ridiculous. Oh, you're right. No, around here, it's you. If you can't get anyone else to cover this, if you can't convince it that it was somehow, it has to be 51% or more the other person, then yeah, it could be. There is a 50-50 no-fault if they can't determine it in my state, but it's rare. Most insurance companies, they really fight, and they're like, no, you're covering this, right? And they go back and forth on it. So, but generally, the person at fault, in this case, that Jeep, the dude who did the rear ending, his insurance is going to be, and he was a teenage driver, like, his mom was in the passenger seat, and she was like trying to calm down the woman whose car was rear-ended and was like having an absolute freak out because her car is now totaled. She's the one who's probably screwed because the people in the Jeep look like they had a little bit of money, right? This is, insurance will fix it and we'll throw it, right? The woman in that other car, it's a way more budget car. She's going to be the screwed because it's going to be totaled. She's going to have to try and go find another car, and she's going to be in for sticker shock when she goes to buy another car. They're going to give her based on, like, Kelley Blue Book value or something, and it's not even Kelley Blue Book. That's, like, inflated. They give you, like, wholesale Blue Book. It's really bad. They'll cut her a straight-up check for, like, $3,200. They'll be like, good luck. When are you going to get a car for that? You're not. You're just not. So the one who's going to be in the biggest trouble is that woman who got rear-ended. She was by far I think. All right, that Jeep is nice. Yeah, the teen in the Jeep, yeah. Yeah. No, that was a teen in a Jeep. No. So my son was a teen in an Audi, but again, you can't be driving in your lane and have a car flail out of the other lane and clip your car. And what percentage are you at fault? 0. Pretty much. 0. Especially because it was caused. The only reason why this dude was even careening into our lane is because he had just rear-ended another car. Oh, not my lane. I wasn't in the car at the time. But I heard the story from 4 independent witnesses. And they all pretty much corroborate each other. What highway? Where else, bro? I-95. Coming around probably a little bit past the Pike. I think it was around Route 4, roughly. Or right after Route 2 or Route 4. Spun on with that poor total lady's car. Oh no, she's screwed. I felt so bad, because when I saw the photo and I saw how I said, "Oh, her car's totaled." They're gonna go, "Oh, what is it? A 2006 Toyota Celica? Whatever that. What is it? What is this? Oh, hold on. Can I zoom in? No, there's no zooming in. What is that? It might be a Honda. The thing is the back is so mangled it's hard to see a logo. I'm trying to look at the rear. What's a closer photo? Hold on. This one. What's this? They're stopped on the other side. My son said some dude stopped, screeched to a halt on the other side, threw his car in park in the left-hand lane, and jumped the barrier to run over like a goddamn Superman. It's like, dude, could you, completely halting traffic on the other side. You can see there's no cars here. It's all like right here because this dude like threw his car in park. Like, what is wrong with you? What kind of car is that? What is that? Is that an Acura? I don't think so. It's hard to tell. Is it a Hyundai? Is it a Honda Civic? Can you imagine a guy, like my son was like, I couldn't believe it. He goes, he literally just like threw his car and jumped out and ran over. And that was like I'm going to help people. Look at me, help. And it's like, yeah, everyone's got a phone, bro. Everyone was standing up. No one was hurt. They were just a lot of hurt feelings. And there's going to be a lot of friggin' hurt, wallets. The wallet damage was insane, but not us. An adult beverage, but not while driving. You got it, man. Thanks, Chad. Exactly. Looks like a job for an idiot, man. Hold on. I'm virtue signaling. Whoa. I'm virtue signaling here. Maybe he was a fireman? I don't think so. My son said, he goes, it wasn't like, he said, because a fireman wouldn't have stopped in the left-hand lane. Right? Wouldn't have just stopped. Oh, you're driving in the passing lane, the speed lane. You come to a stop, throw your car in park, and cross over the Jersey barrier into the other side. Why wouldn't you pull over? I mean, I don't know. I feel like someone with actual firefighter credentials wouldn't do that. That's just me. They'd be like, I'm not doing that. Then go down to the next exit and spin around and come up, right? Or they'd pull over to the right and work their way across the street, right? Pulling their car off to the side. Yeah, but the Altima, don't blame the woman with the Altima because she got rear-ended. It's not her fault. She's stopping. She's fine. She's controlling the front of her car. It's a Jeepy boy who comes flying out of nowhere, and completely misjudges how quickly the traffic is stopping. Rear-ends the car in front of him, sending him careening into my son's lane. And that's all she wrote. Ambulance chasing lawyer? Maybe. What's up, Tony? Yeah, that's a what? That's a Cherokee, right? Am I wrong on that? That's a Jeep Cherokee, right? All day. Yeah, right? Right, Larry? Yeah. What's up, Mark? What's up, Music Sound? Yeah. I didn't have the neck scalloped. I scalloped it myself. Using bastard cut files I bought from Sears. Craftsman, of course. I think they cost me $35. $35, but they were nice. Man, they ripped right into it. Ripped it apart. I went bastard cut. Cross cut. Bastard cut, I think they called it. Yeah. The solo from All of My Love by the synth. No, what is it? There it is. And sometimes you just gotta... I haven't played it in, Jesus, months now. The reggae version. Yeah, it's that time of year where people are changing their, moving their clocks, and other people aren't. That's, you know, it's the old clock move. So, did you guys see the new freaking Epiphones? Oh my God! I thought they looked pretty good. No, a little bit. I thought they looked pretty good. You know, I thought they looked pretty good, and people were complaining because they were $12.99, and I was like, well, you could get the Gibson. It's only $49.99, so you can drop 5 G's on the Gibson or 1300 on the Inspired by. I'm just saying. It's not like you're talking $12.99 versus $19.99. It's $12.99 versus $5,000. A bit of a difference. It's saying it. Well, now a little bit. No, a little bit. All right, hold on. You're inspired by Gibson, and you're shopping the collection. Here we're seeing the Les Paul Custom in ebony, a solid mahogany body with a maple cap. They went maple cap. I think they didn't do the maple cap. They finally do a maple cap. So again, that adds more money because you got to do a 2-part lamination process to laminate that cap on top of the body. You got to glue them together and blah, 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 blah. Open book headstock. That's what everybody's talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Pickups. Blah, blah, blah. This is it. This is the whole reason we're here. Right there. Oh, my God, you can't even see it. But that's it. Huh. Kind of off screen there. Hold on. There you go. Now you can see it. The old open bookie. Bookadooey. And available in the ebony, which I think is... And it comes with this beautiful hard shell case. Yeah, it comes with the case. Black hard shell case included. Not optional. And it comes in the ebony and or the alpine white finish. And you can still get the other one. It's still out there if you don't want this Gibson's, inspired one. You can still get the other one for, I want to say, $7.99 without a case. No case with that one. Ebony, mahogany, Gibson pickups, open book headstock. I'm just saying, it's a huge step for Epiphone, and really for Gibson as the parent company. The guy there, Henry, ran the company for years. He always protected Gibson owners, would never allow this. When the new guy came aboard 5 years ago, they sort of, they tried it out. They did a couple of special editions with Joe Bonamassa. They did the greenie, right? They're dipping their toe, right? Baby steps. They came out with a headstock that was a lot closer. I had one here, it's still in the family, but it's not down here any longer. And finally, we crossed over the event horizon, and we arrived at the Gibson headstock on the Epiphone guitar. Took a long time, but we're here. They've done it before, but really only on like the import stuff, like the made in Japan stuff. You never really saw it like official in the USA, because Henry always protected Gibson owners. He just did. So, the headstock angle isn't quite the same. It probably, I would hope, please to God, have a friggin' scarf joint. It's a better system. Deal with it. It just is. I'm using a scarf jointed guitar right now from 1988, built in 1987. Retailed in 1988. I'm just saying. It's not perfect, right? Still doesn't have this, right? The bridge isn't exactly the same, but you know what is closer? And I noticed it right away. First thing I noticed, they got the screws right. And I know that sounds like a ridiculous detail, but trust me, it's there. The old one would not have black flat top screws. They'd have round crowns or gold tops. They would have some. It would not be correct. That is correct, right? The more minimalist, where they blend in with the pickup ring and you only see the two gold on each side, one on each side. That is more like the real Gibson, No fret nibs. That's the one way they save money. They're not doing fret nibs, but it is ebony. So, I think they're friggin' awesome. I friggin' love it. And let me get to the other one. Hold on. Let's go back here before we... You better check yourself before you wreck yourself here, kid. Hold on. Yeah. This is sweet, too. It's actually more money because of the trim and the extra pickup. They're using all Gibson pickups. That drives up the cost. I think that's freaking gorgeous. I'd hit that all day. If you could live with 3 screws in your truss rod plate, oh, the humanity. Oh my God. Will we survive? 3 screws in the truss rod plate? Why, God, why? Someday, the Asians will have the technology to use 2 screws, but not today. Oh my God. That's the difference. 2 screws, it sings like the greatest songbird ever. 3 screws, ruined. It's like you got a bicycle, right? What do you have when you put a 3rd wheel on? Well, a tricycle. Look, the point is... Exactly, the weight from that screw will kill the sustain. Sustain killing screws. They almost had me till I saw that extra screw. You just got screwed. I like him. Put me down as a yes. And again, this is the SG. Comes with a gorgeous hard shell case. Yes, thank you. Nice. Like you're a real boy. Exactly, tone screws. Have a good one, Justin. Thanks for hanging out. So I saw a little footage of Ace Frehley lead guitar on his recent tour, and I gotta say, I thought he sounded pretty good. I said, "Oh my God, he sounds pretty good." You know, I forget if it was the Warwick show or Hartford, Connecticut. I forget, or New Hampshire, but it was a show from this most recent tour, just going on right now. I actually said, you know what? That actually doesn't sound too bad. A little redemption from the Eddie Trunk fiasco. Speaker says, you saw him last weekend in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. How was the show? Yeah, good? Did he sound good, or was he like... And another thing, Gene sucks. Oh, dear. I think Ace is saucing it up. Did I catch the Vi Satriani interview? I did. Yeah, these are EMGs. That's the humbucker. That's a single coil, and then the neck is a single coil, and the middle, which is going to be lower because I've screwed it down away from it, and EMGs have to be as close to the string as possible, and this is hardly. Big drop off. Oh, really? Lots of technical difficulties. Interesting. Didn't start well at all, but he finished strong. Yeah. Friggin' Ibanez Day RJs was dope. I think Robert Baker reignited some hype. Never forget this. Whenever you see Robert Baker buying a guitar, know that it went through me. He was texting me going, dude, is this one okay? Is this one okay? Is this one okay? And I'm like, no. Yes. He scored. He scored. He didn't get that 5-alarm red without consulting me first. And I was like, dude, no, that's legit. And then the other one was the Voyager. He's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I think it's legit. You know, I was pulling up the catalogs. I'm like, I think it is. They might have changed out the pickups. You never know. You know, when guitars get that old, it's hard to keep them intact. It really is. And a lot of people, they do, they paint them, right? They refinish them. There's all kinds of problems, but it's hard to get one that's completely intact and someone doesn't want crazy money. Collector's edition, you know, blah, 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 you know, 13,000. It's like, dude, these guitars were 1,300. He's like, yeah, but, you know, that's not what I'm selling it for. Like, well, okay, well, good luck. Oh, yeah, it did rip it out, yeah. You got to do cold gin, right? Did he do any song off the new album other than 10,000 Volts? Probably not. I think they're too produced. I could see him doing 10,000 Volts because he has to when he's trying to sell records. You know, it literally tells you the name of the album to go by. I wouldn't doubt if he limited the songs from the new album just to that one. Maybe one other one. Yeah, cold gin. Problems with his monitors. Lots of feedback. Nice. Only 10,000 volts. Yeah, that's what I had seen on the prior show. Someone had posted it. Yeah, as Marshall stacks in the monitors. Still having problems, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. You wonder who has the legacy rights. Did he have any family besides his mom? Did he have any brothers or sisters? I would think that's who it would be. Ended with rock and roll all night, yeah. One sister and one brother, so that's probably it. Sup, Houston? Feel like I'm out. All right, so we covered Epiphone. What did we miss? We talked about Kiss selling their catalog. The PRS. Let's talk about those new PRS guitars. PRS guitars. And the new S2s. Yeah, so There you go. This is straight off the PRS website. As you can see now, there's the SC custom. That's an import. Here's the S2 custom, now with pickups made in the USA. They use the Maryland-made pickups, same pickups in this guitar, which is the custom 24, full core model. And they're comparing the three different, the three different guitars. What's sort of strange on this is just, those pickups add a lot of cost. They really do. So I think I was at Sweetwater. You know what? I think if I do anything but go to guitars, electric guitars, PRS. Here we go. And we'll just go low to high. Low to high. Here we go. We have to go past, you have to get past the import stuff. I'm going to start out with that. This is going to take at least a page or more. Here we go. We're getting up there. Right? This is USA, $14.99, $17.29. Now this is where things were, maybe back in 2021, 2022. Although I think, when did I get I guess I got my guitar 2020. Wow, it's been 4 years, yeah. But as you can see, the S2s, they're getting up there. And now these new ones, I don't know if they show it here. No, that's the thin line. Here you go. Right here. Is this? Yeah, these are the new ones. They're up there they're like $22.50. It definitely, in the narrow field is $23.50, even a little bit more. They're up there. And then you get to, you just keep going. And again, these are the flat top, right? The butcher block top, these flat tops. They're saving a ton of money by not carving that, right? By keeping that flat. There's a lot less waste. Keep going, 23. These are the new ones, $23.50. And then you get to a regular full carved top CE at $26. I think they're too close in price. I don't think I'm dropping $23.50. It's so close. You got to remember, $350 and $650 is far apart when they're just $350 and $650. It's nearly double. But $23.50 and $26.50 are not that far apart. They just aren't, as a relative percentage to each other. $24.99, right? $26.29. I just think that, I know they're trying to get the USA pickups, but it runs the price up by several $100s, so that they really get, I think, a little too close to their carved top. I mean, I think that's a better looking top, that nice carved top, that round carved top, versus the flat top. I like the flat top if it was, $19.99 or $18.99, but $23.50? I might be more leaning to go towards that. Right? It's almost like a little too close. Right? I'd rather go with spend a little bit more money. And not much. Again, $26.99. Again, I'd rather take that with this amazing finish. And it's not an S2, it's a full-on carved top. So I appreciate them trying to, punch up the S2 series. That was sort of one of the quiet things about the S2, was that it was all import electronics and hardware to keep the price down. But I just think it's too close to the straight-up CE. It just is. I'd go CE. Again, it's sort of like that whole Frankie thing all over again. And and one thing I've noticed about the Frankie, They dropped the price. They put it on sale a couple of times, and I'm seeing them used for $12.99. The exact price I mentioned in my video. I was like, if this was at $12.99, they're at $12.99 from $16.99. Those are not veneers. That's all full-on carved wood. Any of those ones I just showed you, that's not a veneer. The SEs, the SE is, the CE isn't. I love my CE22 as well. Yeah, they drop prices on Marshall. I think you're going to start seeing it because what happens is, manufacturers, sometimes they raise prices not because their costs have shot up, but because they see the market will bear it. They're like, if you'll pay for it, sure. Right? People, I think, sometimes think that corporations are working to, get it out at the lowest possible margin they can just to be competitive, when that is not true at all. Not even close. It's not what do we got into it and what's a fair markup. It's what do you think we can get for this? What can we get away with? So, sometimes they find out that you can't get away with it for too long. People won't. They just won't buy. Sales drop off in a major way, and they find themselves scrambling to lower prices. Gibson lowered prices a couple of times. In 2015, they famously raised prices by a big margin. It was a big uptick in costs, and for the 2015, they dropped them like the following years. Came tumbling back down because I'm sure sales suffered. They had other problems in 2015. The logo was weird that year. Every guitar had a robo-tuner that year. It was a weird year, right? But prices did come back to earth after that. Why does it look really scalloped? Because I really scalloped it. A friend told me we charge what the market will bear. Yeah, pretty much. Right? It's not, what's our cost? It's how much can we get for it. Everyone cranked up prices as a correction is coming. Oh, I think there will be. I absolutely think there'll be a market correction coming. Because there was a big run-up because of the pandemic, right? People were stuck home. They're doing indoor stuff. And they're spending their money on indoor activities. Playing guitar was one of those activities. That's over. People are saying, you know what? Maybe I want a jet ski. Maybe I want, right? Skis, right? Something different. So occupying my time and my money and my thoughts other than guitar. And maybe more outdoor-related activity. And, there's an ebb and flow. And it was flowing for a while. I think we're back to the ebbing again. I noticed on Guitar Center Used that prices are crashing down in a major way. For the first time in a while, I saw 2 custom shop Fender Strats under $2,000. Like 1999, 1989, right around there, high 1900s. They haven't done that in like almost 2 years. Guitar Center inventory, I don't think is up, but I've heard that they put a moratorium on taking in gear. That they were basically would only take never towards anything used, only towards new, which turned off a lot of sales. They're down to 72,000 items. They got a high of like almost 100,000 items. I want to say about 97, 98,000 was where they peaked. And I remember being at 96,000 for a while. They're down to 72,000. You watch, this will fall, and they will get this down to, they'll probably want to target the way it's always been for years, about 50,000 items. That's almost always where they've been. My Google feed to get notifications of a new Google store in Boston? No, I haven't been. I have not. You passed on a Metal Flake Mim Strat. Yeah, so you never know what color is going to hit. You know? It's just one of those things. Yeah, you base it on what kind of car they pull in. Right? Guitar Center Natick is looking thin. I haven't been in about a month. I thought about driving over there today, but then it was raining a little bit. I was like, I don't want to leave the house. JTB says never buy a guitar from Major Solo like Sweetwater for full price. I hate buying new. I tend to try to get used. You can always find somebody. Listen, people fall in love with guitars and then fall out of love with guitars all the time. And you see them show up. You want that new Player Strat and that new Slime Green, that limited edition. You don't want to shell out, $7.99. Give it a few months. Oh, here it is. It's up on, Guitar Center used for $5.89, $5.49, right? Big savings. The guitar is like brand new. Guy got it, tried it out for a little while, thought he liked it, decided he didn't like it, and it showed up used. Happens all the time. And so you can really save money. I have bought stuff new. Sometimes you just like, you know what, damn it, I love this guitar and I'm buying it right now. But I try to get used if I can, because there is a savings, without a doubt. And there's going to be even more of a savings as the glut of guitars grows. It's going to be a guitar glut. By B-Stock, the funny thing is, I remember seeing a listing. Guy wanted crazy money for this Gibson. He goes, it's stamped second on the back of the headstock. I believe this is the second prototype made. I'm like, dude, you know what second means? It means that it didn't pass quality control, and it was sold at a discount, and they marked it on the back as a second so that it wouldn't tarnish their reputation for first quality goods when someone saw it. They'd be like, oh, no, it says second stamped right in the back of the headstock. You knew you were buying a flawed guitar when you bought it. But, trying to turn, lemons into lemonade. He's like, oh, I believe this is a second prototype. Uh-huh. Oh, go on. Exactly, it was a factory second. But you know what factory seconds are now? Demos and mods. Yeah, I didn't feel the earthquake this week. I might have been driving at the time. I think I was. I'd have to look at the time on the sticker. I was out getting an inspection sticker on the car. God, I love the sound of these pickups. Epiphone goes, Phil Gibson, nice title. Oh, you earned it. We were just looking at them. We thought they look good. We were just looking at them there. Where was it? Yeah, right there. Yeah. We were just looking at them. You know, I think the SG is gorgeous and the LP, well, they're all nice, you know, but I'm particularly fond of that Les Paul and Ebony. I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at that thing. And as I was mentioning earlier, Aljon, you got the screws right. Right? No, there's little details. There's little details. Without a doubt. But this is there's the money shot right there. Right there. You're an open book. Damn it. You're an open book. I'm telling you, pretty nice. Pretty good. And it comes with a real case, which is also nice. I have to hop on and give you all the full info. So much more into the hood. Yes, all the details. Yeah, we'll have to talk this week. I have no way to bring you in right now because I'm using OBS. But hold on. We'll have to talk this week, and I'll get all the details, the insider details. I thought they looked gorgeous. That and the LP and that other one, really nice. Where is it? Right there, hiding underneath that. Yeah, the SG, the 63. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Just beautiful. The quips. Steve, do you have a preference between gloss necks and matte necks? You know, I go through phases. I don't. But I will say I've gone through phases where I've really liked gloss necks, as crazy as that sounds. You know, and then I go back and I say, no, you know, satin neck. And then I'll play like a roasted maple neck. I mean, no, I like this neck. Right? But, you know, I don't really have a preference. You go through phases, right? You're like, oh, I think I like this for a little while. Then you're like, oh, I don't like this. I like this other thing. And you're like, I'm sick of this too, right? It's like, do you have pizza every night? Not every night. The tremolo is a non-starter. Well, the tremolo on this, and you have to remember this, is just for show. Okay? In fact, I would say a lot of trems, other than a Floyd Rose, they're mainly for show. Right? How many people buy a Strat and immediately deck the friggin' bridge? You know. But, I like it. Gloss next in a sweaty summer gig. That sweat is that's tone sweat. This is scalloped. Yeah. Right. D, E, B. There it is. Young kids don't know how good the Beatles were. They really were. They really were. Yeah, the Beatles were really good. I know a lot of dudes who said they pretty much learned music theory through the Beatles because the Beatles were just such masters of it. Yeah, especially Paul. Know the rules and then how to break them. How to borrow from other keys. How to do like little money, changes that are just so, will grab you, What am I using? The one I always use, that Brit 87. Yeah, with a scallop board, you have extra jumbo frets. You never had more jumbo frets, kid. Yeah, that Otis tune, what is it? G, right? 2,000 miles from home. Right, do like a dominant 7. You can make yourself known. That's such a great run to go from 1. That's supposed to be a minor chord, right? When you go from G, that's what that's supposed to be, right? If you're Radiohead, you go major chord, go minor, right? But he goes dominant 7. Like it's the 5 chord of this E chord, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Let me check my tuning here. You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. Could hit my wah-wah. Do I have one of those new Epiphones? I do not. They just came out. Can I play the backing track sometimes? Yeah, but you know what? It's a weird thing about that. I need to get an AI backing track generator because you get into copyright issues. If I try to use backing tracks that were available commercially, they come after you, right? They register their stuff and they come after you on YouTube. And if you use another channel's backing tracks, again, sort of the same thing. You know, they want revenue sharing on that. So it gets a little weird. I gotta get some. I need an AI backing track generator. You know? I don't think that there's like a good free one right now, but there will be. Give it a few months. Trust me, there'll be one out there. Just look at the leap they did in video in a year. It's going to be insane. Yeah, Band in a Box. Are they using AI yet, though? I don't know. You know, and Band in the Box, the problem with Band in a Box is that, you know, a lot of their rhythms and stuff, they're just so hokey. You know, they're straight out of, they're more out of like the jazz side of things, I feel like a lot of times, you know. Jazz and maybe blues. We haven't seen any cats tonight. It's raining out there again. Try Fader. They use AI. They have a free version that works great. Okay, I'll check it out. Tony says, I like Veda so much I bought a subscription. Yeah, well, there you go. Rants, cats, and dogs out here all the time. We're way up for our rain this year. Watched the new Bob Marley movie. It was horrible. So sad. He wanted it to be good. Yeah. Oh my God. I watched some. I love to watch Mystery Science Theater 3000. I've been on a bender with them. Probably seen every single episode like a dozen times. So good. There's really two main periods. There's the Joel years and the Mike years, and I just think the Joel years were just better written. They just were. I think when Mike gets on there, they get a little bit more hokey, a little bit more towards kids. Although they would read letters from kids, the jokes. Earlier today they made like a friggin' like an English grammar joke about the use of pronouns. I freaking like, of course. Again, more, and some of the references in the Joel years they're deep, man. You gotta know your stuff. You get later with the Mike stuff, again, gets a little bit goofier. I mean, they're good stuff, don't get me wrong. I think Mike does better with riff tracks, to be honest, because they're a little bit more rated PG. And I think they do a little bit better there. Have a good one, Sassy Cat. There's a YouTube channel that does an endless stream of Mystery Science Theater. That's usually what I just turn to. I just switch to that. But there's some drum tracks. I don't know if you could hear them. I don't know if you could. I do have, but they won't work together. I do have a drum track, but the thing is, you can't really solo over it, right? You really do need a backing track. Oh, that's not the right one. That's not it at all. Why, that's not it at all. Ooh. Maybe I don't have it on this computer. Could have sworn that was the icon, and it is definitely not the right icon. Hold on. Here we go. I think this is it. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you. Then you're going to find a groove. The thing is, a lot of the grooves are lame. You know. See? Lame. I don't even know where you guys are. Where the hell are you? That was a little fast. No, a little bit. A little bit. Exactly. Put a bass to it and you've got music. But the thing is, I don't have a bass. It's all independent programs. You gotta put it together. You have to like do stuff. I have any original music with drums and bass I could play with? No. AKA a backing track? Yeah, no. What happened at the bottom of this guitar? It flooded up to about here. And then it swelled up. Then it shrunk down. And, you know, the paint falls off. Luckily, that wasn't the tone paint. And now, unlike, you know, every other polyurethane guitar, this guitar can now breathe out of its ass. A mighty wind of tone. What's the trick to turning a volume, not turning the volume down while picking? It does happen when it's close like that. It's hard, but you get used to it. But I like it there because I'm always dialing the volume up and down. I don't like the Les Paul. It's a little too far away, but I get it. I know what you're saying, right? Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. Just get that thing away from me. Because I'm always, it is, yeah. You could get like a stiffer pot, right? They make ones that are kind of grease filled, and but you're not gonna like it. You're gonna find it's a slog to open those and close them. You know, the better thing to do would be to, because this one is super sensitive. And you can tell I can use it a lot because that is not a chrome knob. When I got it, it was black. But, you know, there might be a tiny bit of black left right on the top, right on the very top. See it? It used to look like that knob. But, you know, when you play a guitar a lot, that's what happens to it. What a clean tone sound like? That's just turned down. Be great when I can compose full songs with bass and drums from hearing your chords and riffs. Yeah, it could actually. Yeah, that's actually not that. You know, computer, give me a C, a bouncy C. Nice. And then I'd be like, yeah, all right, I can work with this. I can work with this, you know. Done. It eventually is going to get there, though, all kidding aside. You're going to be able to just write me a tune in the style of Nirvana if they were jamming with Kiss. What's my top 3 Ibanez models of all time? I'd say the RG560. I do like the RG3120. The RG760 is a pretty good model too. Oh yeah, and the J Custom, good call, trolls. And my J Custom will go 4. Oh, and my LP, that's pretty good too. Pretty much all the guitars I own, those are my best. Satriani skinny bodies. Well, Satriani wasn't super skinny. You're thinking of Frank Combali with the Sabre series. But yeah, they were pretty good. It was a teardrop shape, which meant if you looked at it sideways, I thought the bottom was thicker than the top. Was that how it went? Right? It was like a wedge. Was the top thicker than the bottom? I forget now, but it was basically like a wedge. I was more an RG guy, like these. I was a Super Strat guy. I was into the RGs. I was just shocked that RJ wasn't into the RG. It just feels like an opportunity lost. The Herman Lee SIG. Did you see Herman Lee got like, who's he with now? PRS? And the guitar like broke on stage. They were going, go back to Ibanez! I agree, Frehley said. I think the Ibanez RG, the Genesis series, it's a good guitar. MIJ for under $1,000. Only Vola. There's very few companies doing MIJ under $1,000. You know, Vola and the Ibanez Genesis are the only two that really come to mind. No, Kiss did not just sell the catalog. They sold their likenesses to all their IP, their intellectual property surrounding the band. Basically, Kiss was sold. The whole concept of Kiss, the band, the catalog, the merchandising, the trademarks, all sold. 300 mil to a Swedish company. The same people that bought the ABBA catalog and the ABBA likenesses and all that. And I hear they're going into the avatar business, right? This is the Avatar, the laser avatar company. So Kiss might be coming back around, but just not them. I don't know. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? But Gene and Paul don't care. They got paid. Exactly, not a bad payday at all, considering all the money they've already earned from Kiss. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, you might be right, Rico B. I wonder if someone who was in ABBA actually owns that company, right? They got to be getting financing money from somewhere. I can't believe they're pulling in the kind of money where they could just drop 300 mil on the Kiss catalog. But, you know. Kind of thought it would have been more than 300 mil. You know, maybe, but you have to remember that the band hasn't had a successful album in years. They're all done touring. And, you know, as we were talking about earlier, those copyrights will expire. There's a clock ticking on those copyrights. The copyrights will absolutely expire someday. You know, trademarks, not so much. In fact, there's a difference between like 1978 and later. So 1977 and earlier, it's 95 days from publication. 95 years from publication. So the 1975 Kiss Alive album, right, becomes public domain in 2070. Now, you might think that 2070 is very, very far away. I assure you it isn't. It's not. Be here before you know it. Maybe you won't know it. You'll be dead. But the world will know it. So, you know, they've got a limited window in which they can cash out. You don't know what Kiss is going to do. Is Kiss going to be just as the people who like the band pass away, who knew it from their childhood and all that, do they have enough of a fan base to keep that franchise going? I don't know. That's the big risk, right? Taken by, and if you're if you're like Gene Simmons or the Paul Stanley family, you're like, hey, look, I could bequeath this to my kids, and they could try to manage the Kiss franchise. But to any kid who ever inherited their dad's restaurant and pretty much drove it into the ground, you know what's a lot easier to manage? Money. You just stick it in a financial institution and collect the friggin', the dividends and interest. So they're like, let's convert it into cash, and, you can be trust fund kids. You sold your catalog for 2 Big Macs. That's up. $300 million for my likeness. You got it. I'll throw in Buddy's likeness for only $1 million more. What's up, Black Shoe Bear? Isn't it different for Mickey Mouse and Disney? Well, Disney just found out it isn't for Mickey Mouse because the first one, Steamboat Willie, just went public domain. But that's a different, they've made different iterations of Mickey Mouse. And the words Mickey Mouse are not public domain, and they may have been trademarked at this point. And trademarks, as I've said, never expire, right? As long as you keep them going. So the image, the likeness, that will expire at some point. But if they trademark it, then no, trademarks never expire as long as they can lapse. It's what they would call an abandoned mark, right? The person never renewed it. If you don't renew it, it's considered abandoned and it becomes public domain. But anyone else could claim trademark on it after that. Weird world with trademarks. Exactly. I have my license right to Clammy registered trademark. So you'll notice that people are showing the Steamboat Willie Mouse, but they wouldn't dare call it Mickey Mouse. That will get you a little cease and desist letter. Did the Offspring sell theirs too? 35 million? Yeah, Springsteen sold his catalog. Bob Dylan sold his catalog. Was it Fleetwood Mac? There's a few out there that sold their catalog. That was the fight between Hall v. Oates. Oates wanted to sell the rest of his catalog out, and Hall said that their agreement said that he could only sell his half of the catalog with permission. Each person is bound by the other. They can't sell it without the other person's express written permission. So they don't have they can choose their partners. And that was the big fight between Hall and Oates. They had already sold some of their rights, but he wanted to sell out the rest of it. Well, he's still alive. Converted into cash. Hall wanted to block that. Springsteen got $500 million. Yeah. Love 80s RG models with the old school bolt on. Oh, yeah. Gotta go. People tell me, oh, you gotta get the all-access neck, the all-access neck joint. I'm like, well, that's when they got ruined. As soon as I see that, it's a kiss of death with me with these guitars. The neck shape is different. It's not the same. Neil Young sold half of his rights. Yeah, maybe that's the deal. Sell half and then hold the other half as licensing just in case. Bet on yourself, right? Did ZZ Top sell too? Everybody's doing it. It's all the rage right now. And they might see the writing on the wall that maybe rock music is going away. It's going to go to the way of jazz. What do you think, the Benny Goodman catalog is going for? All right. Yeah, it looks like it's raining out there a little bit. Oh my God! Did I tell you guys? This is God. I'm burying the lead here. The story of the week. I cleaned the downspout and my gutter. Yeah, you heard me. Yeah, let's get to the real stuff this week. There I was out on the roof again, like I usually am, trying to fix shit, and I had to throw a rope down from the roof down to the ground and tie my, I have a gutter wand, right, which extends out and the head can flow and it puts out a real, like, crazy stream out of the end, right? Pressures everything down to this little squirt stream. And what you're supposed to do is put it up at the top and soak it in, but there was a plant growing out of the bottom of this, okay? That's where we were at, okay? Full-on plant. And I went up there, and of course I had that douche from 2 years ago, the world's worst freaking gutter cleaner. It was awful, and he didn't clean. He was like, "Oh, this one's kind of impacted. I'll have to come back in the spring." Like, whatever, dude. I got it. I just hit it with the wand and just get it down from the bottom and spray it up. And that works for a while, but eventually you run out of material, and then you got to hit it from above and then below and above and below. And eventually, the first stuff that came out was like total mud and roots and plants. And then it goes to pretty much full on silt and mud for a while. And then the leaves aren't broken down as much. At the very end, it's more like regular leaves. That's how I knew I was getting to the end. The leaves were still intact. They hadn't quite broken down from the compost process. And, oh my God, what a difference. We just had a whole bunch more rain. We can't get rid of the friggin' rain. Mike just informed me she owns. Have my rights. Yep. There you go. Exactly. Pressure washer update. So it totally worked. What a pain in the ass, but I got it, and I got it totally flowing out great. Had to do the next level, which was the level I was standing on. But now that you're up there, you can just lean over the edge and just get those. Got that cleaned out, and then made my way down and got everything going. So it wasn't too bad. Yeah, we'll talk soon, Speaker. We got to get together and go out and take our friend out there for lunch again. I probably got a guitar here we can give him somewhere around here. I got a thick of Boyer. I got something around here in a bag somewhere. Give it to him. Well, he might be over it. He'd be like, "Oh, really? I don't want another guitar." Wow. I forgot how much I play this. This guitar fits me. I've just been playing this guitar for so long. I've been literally playing this guitar over 30 years. Like 35 years. I doubt it. Yeah. Yeah. Probably like, sure, I'll take it. You know what, if I could find him? And you know what he would really love? And you know this, a mini amp. A little battery mini amp. That's right up his alley. He'd be like, "Oh, I can see him right now. Oh, I love it." I gotta see if I can have like a little Donner battery amp or like a little something. I feel like, that's right in his wheelhouse. I gave him a big amp and he never plays it. The best. All right, dudes, it's 9:01. I'm waiting for some food to show up. I think she's out getting IKEA right now. On that Too Good to Go app. Friggin' love it. All right, dudes. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. Super extra special thanks to anyone who contributed. I always appreciate that. And brofist to my mod squad. Hashtag brofist. Hashtag mod squad. And I will do it again next week. We will do it all over again. And we will get it done. And he will never refuse a guitar or a mini amp. I know, right? I'm telling you, man. Mini amp. Mini amp with that dude. Foncho, good night. Oh, thank you, Mark. Have a wonderful week. Have a good week, Larry, Vimps, Retro Puffer, Rico Beat, Steve, Black Shoe Bear, and Zach, and everybody else in the chat. I will see you all next week. And there you have it. And there you go. And have a wonderful week. And maybe we'll get some sun this week. Well, next week, remind me to talk about the eclipse. I burned my eyes out. I'll probably do the hole, right? You just punch a little pinhole in a card. You can just cast it down on a table or something. That's the easiest way to view it. All right, dudes. And we can talk about what a dick Christopher Columbus was. How he used the eclipse to, like, starve a whole bunch of people. It's true. He was a bit of a dick. All right. No, you rock. See you guys next week. Until then, have a great week. Enjoy the eclipse. Avoid the earthquakes if you can. And we'll do it all again in a week. And there you have it. There you go. All right. Later.